Modern Mahjong here with our daily talk of the tiles for Friday, May 30th, 2025. If you're watching this on Instagram, check out our YouTube channel where we have a full playlist of all of our daily talks, as well as replays of Zoom talks we've done and other great videos. If you ordered directly from the league or charity collector that put in your name and address, you should be getting replacement cards from the league without doing anything on your own. If you need additional cards, we are ready to ship them on our website, modernmahjong.com. 14 for the standard, 15 for the large. We do ship with tracking, so there is a charge for shipping. Today's tile topic, we're going to continue comparing National Mahjong League rules and tournament rules. A reminder, tournament rules can vary greatly, so ask your tournament director. With regards to the placement of a discard, under National Mahjong League rules, it is a rule, but one with no penalty, that a called discard must be placed on the flat top of the rack, not the slope part. However, if a player doesn't do this, their hand isn't automatically dead. Many groups have decided that that might be a house rule for their group. In tournament rules, under most tournaments, if a player takes a discard and puts it in their rack, not on top, their hand would be declared dead immediately, or be dead immediately. This is to prevent any appearance of impropriety, that somebody maybe took a tile off the table that wasn't the actual discard and then arranged it and then declared Mahjong. So once a tile's seen, it remains seen. The league does not have a specific requirement that we're aware of that a player has to have a card at the table, but in most tournaments, a player is required to have the current card. Lately, there's been a lot of questions about, is it okay to turn the last two tiles and make a little tail on the wall? So there's no specific rule allowing or disallowing this, but many players find it unnecessary, and also it could be a habit that might be dangerous to get into, since some tournaments do not allow this. As a result, it's important to practice without relying on a tail at home if you want to enter tournaments. If you know which way the wall was pushed out, you know the next pick is place it toward the center of the table. So just kind of watch how the walls are pushed out and make a mental note. And as a side note and a little takeaway, if you're at a tournament and you're not quite sure which is the next tile, ask East or someone else at the table. For dead hands, under National Mahjong League rules, it's written in Mahjong Made Easy that you cannot or should not call your own hand dead. Tournament rules, a player cannot call their own hand dead. That's most tournament rules. For wall games and dead hands, under National Mahjong League rules, a wall game is just an end of a game with no winner. Some groups have a house rule and you pay into the kitty for the wall game. We discussed in more detail how somebody can win the kitty in another video. In tournament rules, this is why you hear people say play defensively and push for a wall game. If your hand is not dead and it's a wall game, you get 10 points. But if your hand was declared dead, you don't get those 10 points. For both tournament and home games, you must always have 13 tiles in or on your rack until you win. At home games, most players probably wouldn't call another player dead for picking with one hand and discarding with another. However, tournament rules check. Some say play with only one hand. So make sure to check on that, because otherwise you wouldn't necessarily have the right number of tiles. Moving on to our hand of the day, 2468, another fixed section hand, number 5. This is a hand with a pung of flowers that we see throughout the card, a pair of 2s, a pair of 4s, a pung of 6s, and a kong of 8s. It's all in one color, and the parentheses confirm any one suit. It's a relatively straightforward hand. Just a reminder to check the number of tiles before you expose. No jokers in the 2-2, no jokers in the 4-4. The other 3 groupings, the flowers, the 6s, and the 8s, can all have as many jokers as you're lucky enough to get. Looking at this hand, we see that there's a pung of flowers, and one of the exercises we do in our PDF is we go through how to find different exposures or groupings on the card. Our PDF's available on Modern Mahjong for $10. So you might want to pause and just look, how many hands can you find with pungs of flowers? And here they are. The one we just discussed, 2468, number 5, one hand in consecutive run, the 4th one, a hand in 13579 in both 1 suit and 3 suits, winds and dragons in 1 suit, and 369 in 2 suits. So there you go. Those are the hands with pungs of flowers. So if you see someone display a pung of flowers, then you start really closely watching their discards to see which hands they could be playing. Please let us know if these talks are helpful. They take a lot of time to think of the topics, make the graphics, record, edit, post in all these different places, post the video, post the pictures, and on and on and on. So we'd love to hear from you if it's worth our time doing this. If you like these, please comment, like, and share. If you have ideas for daily talks, let us know. We hope to see you in New York on June 17th. We're going to be hosting a fundraiser for the longest day. It is taking place at the Honors Bridge Club. You could register on our website. You could also register for our live Zoom. That's taking place Thursday, this coming up Thursday, June 5th. Backed by popular demand, we're doing a 75-minute class. It's going to be going over the card, different groupings, backup hands. We've had many requests to do another lesson, so here we are. $36 to register on our website. If you play Canasta and you really want to know how come you're not picking the pack, how come other people seem to be winning more often, how much is luck, how much is strategy, join us for our 3-part series, June 3rd, 10th, and 17th. If that bit.ly/Canasta June doesn't work, send us an email and we'll send you the full link. If you want to learn how to play Mahjong or have friends that do, we have a 4-part online series. It is a great way to learn from the comfort of your own home. These will be recorded. You could watch them for a month, and you'll be playing by July 4th weekend. This is information about the PDF on our website, modernmahjong.com/products/2025 PDF. We hope that these are helpful and that you're enjoying our daily talks. We invite you to like, comment, save, and share. And with that, we hope you have a great day and a great game.